partly as a result of some of the things that have been said, even by yourself at this conference. Sterling has fallen to a 31-year low. Is that a success?
Well, what have I been saying at this conference? What I've been doing is setting out some greater certainty about the process that we will have for leaving the European Union and about the timing for us triggering the formal negotiations which will lead to that exit from the European Union. And I thought it was important to set that out so that people could see the plan that the United Kingdom government has in terms of approaching this. I think that has given people a greater certainty over the timing and over the process, and that's been important.
But when sterling falls to a low we haven't seen against the dollar since 1985, does it seem like a confident verdict?
Well, of course, we see sterling moving in different ways at different times, but if you look overall at some of the economic data that has been coming out over the last few months, actually the data has been more positive than people were expecting that to be. It's early days, of course, but I think the impression is that the response has been rather calmer to the Brexit vote than many people had predicted or thought might happen. What I want to ensure is that as we go forward, we have as smooth a process of exiting the European Union as possible. That's why I have set out this week that we will trigger Article 50, which will start that formal process of negotiation by the end of March next year. It's why I've set out that we will repeal the European Communities Act and bring EU law into UK law, so at the point at which we leave the European Union, employers and workers have the confidence of knowing what the situation will be, rather than being a great gap in UK law at the time.
Prime Minister, one of the things that's played out in the fringes of this conference is that representatives of industry, of aviation, auto, the city, have expressed concern or realised that the Brexit that's coming may limit access or membership of the single market and the customs union, and this is one of the responses. Is that a fair interpretation? They're beginning to worry a little bit about their industries.
I think it's important when we look at what we're going to be negotiating, we want to get the right deal for the UK. I think it's important that we look at this not in a sense of sort of either we're trying to, if you like, see which bits of membership we can keep. We're going to be an independent sovereign country outside of the European Union. And the question is, what is the right relationship for us to have with the EU? Now, I'm very clear about that. I want the relationship that gives the best possible opportunity for our businesses to trade in, with and to operate within the European Union, and of course for European businesses to be able to trade with us and operate within the UK. And what we're doing as a government, what I've done, is sat down with businesses, both large and small here in the UK. I've sat down with American investors into the UK and talked to them about where their priorities are, where their concerns are. It's not all going to be plain sailing. There will be some bumps in the road. But what I want to ensure is that we get the right deal for the UK.
And look at the history of your party, of this conference, and one of your predecessors, almost exactly 30 years ago, signed the deal, the Single European Act, brought Britain into the single market. It was seen as one of Margaret Thatcher's great successes. What is the problem for you with membership of the single market that was such an achievement of your party and your predecessor?
Well, Faisal, I think, as I've just said, it's important for us to consider what the position of the UK is going to be. We will be an independent sovereign country, and the question is, what is our relationship? What is the relationship we want in the future with the EU? Now, as I say, I want that relationship to have the best possible deal, the maximum opportunity for UK businesses to be able to trade with and to operate within that market in the European Union, which is the single market. But we need to approach this to make sure we get the right deal for the United Kingdom, not looking at models that already exist, but saying what's going to work for us. You know, we've got very strong fundamentals in our economy, fifth largest economy in the world. This is about a partnership, a relationship with the European Union, which is going to be in the best interests of the UK.
You've got an important speech tomorrow. Are you abandoning some of the Conservatives' free market principles?
No, there's no question of abandoning conservative free market principles. But what I will be doing in my speech is setting out, I've already talked about Brexit, I'm going to be setting out the sort of economic and social reform I want to see that will deliver on what we've been talking about here at our conference, which is a country that works for everyone. That's an economy that works for everyone, where the benefits of growth are spread around the country, where everyone plays by the same rules, and a society that works for everyone, where everyone has the opportunity to go as far as their talents will take them to be what they want to be.